They thought shutting off my water would break me. One morning I turned the faucet. Nothing. No shower for my kids, no water to cook, not even a trickle to flush the toilet. I stormed outside, and there it was. The HOA padlock slapped right across the main valve, a bright orange notice hanging from it like a middle finger. My family stood in the doorway watching, my neighbors whispering from across the street, while the HOA president smirked from his car and called out, "Maybe now you'll learn who's in charge." The rage that boiled inside me at that moment made the lack of water feel like nothing. I wasn't just humiliated, I was challenged. And if the HOA wanted a war, they were about to choke on one. I confronted the board that evening. They sat smugly at their long oak table, shuffling papers like kings passing judgment. When I demanded an explanation, the president leaned back, folded his arms, and said, "You broke the rules. You didn't repaint your fence when we told you. No compliance, no water. Maybe next time you'll follow orders." The board members laughed, and one of them actually said, "You'll cave. Everyone caves." That was the exact moment my revenge plan started taking shape. See, I could have sued them. I could have filed police reports, dragged them through the courts for tampering with essential services. But lawsuits take months, maybe years, and I wasn't going to let my family live like prisoners in their own home. I decided I'd go bigger, louder, and nastier than anything they could imagine. Within a week I had contractors drilling in my backyard. The HOA president came storming down the street demanding to know what I was doing. I smiled and said, "Just digging a little insurance policy." He didn't know it yet, but I was building my own independent well system. Deep, clean groundwater the HOA couldn't touch. 3 weeks later, the pipes were connected, the purification system installed, and my taps roared back to life. For my family, it was freedom. But for the HOA, that was just the beginning. Because I didn't just drill a well for myself. I went further. I put up a sign. Fresh water available. $10 a month. Stop paying HOA fees for what you don't get. At first, only a few neighbors dared to join. But once word spread about how the HOA had cut me off and how cheap and clean my water was, they started lining up. Families with kids, elderly couples tired of bullying. One by one, they canceled their HOA water payments and came to me. Within a month, I had a dozen households paying me directly. The HOA panicked. They threatened fines. They sent letters claiming it was illegal. They even tried to tow away the contractors' trucks when more neighbors asked me to connect them. But the more they fought, the weaker they looked. One neighbor leaked the story to the local news. HOA cuts off families' water, gets outplayed. When cameras showed up on my lawn, the president nearly choked on his own arrogance. Investigators swarmed them. Lawsuits piled up, and their threats became empty as their own members turned against them. Half the board resigned within weeks. The rest sat helpless as my little backyard project turned into a full neighborhood rebellion. And the best part? I made money off it. Every dollar they thought they could bleed from me came back tenfold. My well became the symbol of their downfall. The day I knew I'd won was when the HOA president had to walk past my yard and see the huge banner I'd hung across my fence. Water provided here. HOA not welcome. They thought shutting off my water would break me. Instead, I drowned their power and left them gasping for control they'd never get back. Like and subscribe for more stories.